Hi everybody, Graham here. What follows is a Tap Tap Concede mini episode that we produced for the Commander Legends pre-release. PPR was brought to you by Wizards of the Coast, but Tap Tap Concede continues to come your way courtesy of our good friends at Card Kingdom. Check out cardkingdom.com/LRR for your Magic card needs, and of course, by your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Tap Tap Concede is going to take a 1 or 2, hopefully 1, but possibly 2-week hiatus while we stage our annual charity fundraising marathon, Desert Bus for Hope, in support of the Child's Play charity. For more information on that, check out desertbus.org or watch the show at twitch.tv/desertbus starting Friday, November 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Thank you. Broadcasting live from Wizards School on the plain of Ulgrotha. This is a Tap Tap Concede mini for the Commander Legends PPR. It's Wizards with a apostrophe after the S because it's a school belonging to multiple wizards. Hey everybody, Graham here. Joining me is Cameron.
Hello.
And Ben.
Yo!
And this is something we've wanted to do for a while now, actually. We figured Commander Legends would be the best opportunity, which is to give you some great Commander tech on, just some of the legendary creatures from Homelands, the plain of Ulgrotha.
the land of 4-mana 0-1s.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense now with Commander Legends that they've given Baron Sengir some redemption with the new Dark Lord Baron Sengir, the much cheaper to cast one, because of course the Baron Sengir from original Homelands was an 8-mana 5/5.
Yeah, and what's interesting is it's kind of got a similar vibe to this new Baron Sengir. I will miss the concept of putting +2/+2 counters on him. What I don't know how many cards. I know that Thralls, I think, also had +2/+1 counters or something like that. I feel like there's more cards that do this, but yeah. New Baron Sengir feels a little bit more elegant.
Yeah. So each of us have brought, different amounts of tech to the table. I'm bringing very little to the table here. I just want to talk about Chandler.
I would say cue the Friends music, but I don't want to get DMCA'd again.
Yeah, exactly. Not after the last time. So there's a magic card called Chandler. There's these 3 friends, not 6 friends, only 3 friends. I'm not making this better. Chandler, Joven, and Aaron the Relentless. I don't know why he gets a nickname. I don't know why Chandler and Joven are just Chandler and Joven, but Aaron gets to be the Relentless. They all do different abilities for triple red. Chandler is a 3/3 for 4 and a red, and for triple red and tap, destroy target artifact creature. Now there's going to be some artifact creatures in a given Commander game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I would argue that a number of artifact creatures are kind of full-on staples at this point.
Mm-hmm. But the trick is, how do you hit their creatures that are not artifact creatures? And the answer, of course, is by making them artifact creatures.
Are you just
where this is
pouring
going.
A fine coating of liquid metal upon everyone?
That's one of the ways, yeah. Granted, Ashnod's Transmogrant only works once.
Yeah.
But if you can loop your Ashnod's Transmogrant somehow, then you can just keep sort of turning their creatures into artifact creatures and killing them with Chandler. It's slow, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, having a commander that has the ability to just kill things on a stick is a pretty sought after thing.
Yeah, and it only takes a fair amount of work to do.
I feel like the first time you demonstrate it, the second time you do it, you're like, I would like to do the thing. And everyone goes, the thing resolves. Just so that you don't have to play through it every time.
Yeah.
Oh, Chandler.
It's funny because Chandler is triple red tap, destroy target artifact creature, and Joven is triple red tap, destroy target non-artifact creature. So you might be thinking, why not just run Joven? Great question. That's probably better.
Is there a word? I mean, there's got to be a table where you can sit at and be like, is it okay if I play these as partners? You know, you know, just I'd like to have both sides of the coin.
I would allow it. If you sit down at a table with me and you're like, can I use Joven and Chandler as partner commanders? I'd be like, fill your boots. Let's do this.
Yeah, it's like it's the equivalent of someone who is like, please, can I run the brothers Yamazaki as like partner commanders, just so I
I
can
love
have
it.
them both, you know?
So, Cameron, whomst are you bringing to the table here?
I have decided to go with all-time powerhouse Soraya the Falconer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you chose a good one.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought we were playing with power here, right? We're going back to old magic, so I thought, why not go with mono white commander? So Soraya the Falconer, if you're not familiar with her, she casts for 1 white, is a legendary human, and has 2 lines of text, one of which reads, bird creatures get +1/+1. So already we're cooking with gas here. Her second line of text, though, this is where it gets spicy. For 1 and a white, target bird creature gains banding until end of turn. all of this on a 2/2 body. So she's already a strict upgrade over, what is that, a gray ochre?
It should be mentioned that as printed, she reads all falcons get +1/+1 and target falcon gains banding, but that was eventually oracled to be all birds, which vastly improved her capabilities.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I can see why people slept on this card for a while, but that errata actually jacks up her power level significantly. So, what kind of creatures benefit from banding, you might ask? Well, obviously, you want to have evasive creatures so that they both fly. And in order to do that, you need 2 creatures with banding. Well, you need one to band with the other. So you need 2 flyers. You know what card gives you 2 flyers? Wingmate Rock.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, Wingmate Rock.
All right.
For 3 white, you get a 3/4 bird. It has flying, raid, which says when Ringmate Rock enters the battlefield, if you attack this turn, create a 3/4 white bird creature token with flying. Whenever Wingmate Rock attacks, you gain 1 life for each attacking creature. So right off the bat, you land, Soraya, land, attack with Soraya, who gets through, and then you cast Wingmate Rock. And now you've got a 6/8 for 2 mana every turn that can be blocked by a token. But you can also play other just like decent cards. Hey, Aven Mind Sensor, that's a bird. Sometimes you get to Stone Rain somebody's fetch land. Feels good. Battle Screech. This card was decent in limited, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battle Screech. It's sorcery, 2 white, create 2 1/1 white bird creature tokens with flying. And it has flashback where you get to cast it for just tapping 3 untapped white creatures you control. So that's Soraya and the 2 previous bird creatures. Not bad. Another favorite of mine, actually. This is not quite a pet card, but it's a card I like and I respect. Aven Rift Watcher. For 2 and a white, you get a bird rebel soldier with flying and vanishing 3. Vanishing was the fading analog. You remove counters and then it dies. I'm sure I'll read it if I ever play it. And it has this line of text that says when it enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield, you gain 2 life. So it dies after a little while, which is an unusual thing for a 2/3 to do, and gets you back some life. But what if you bounce it with Glinthawk? Yeah. Yeah, Glinthawk. Everyone loves Glinthawk from Scars of Mirrodin. For 1 white, you get a creature, you get a bird. It's a 2/2 with flying, and when it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you return an artifact. Oh. Never mind.
Well, when you run liquid metal coating in your Soraya deck, yeah, you turn it into an artifact, bounce it with Glinthawk, and then you can replay it again.
I was thinking of Core Skyfisher. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Both of these cards are cards that were run in, what is it? It's a Pauper All-Star deck. Kuldotha Boros, that's what it's called.
Yeah, Kuldotha Boros, yeah. But other like decent cards, High Sentinels of Arasheen, they're birds. They're 3/4. High Sentinels of Arasheen get +1/+1 for each other creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. And at some point I had a +1/+1 counter sub-theme in this, but I think I may have cut it for Glinthawk.
Wasn't powerful enough. Glinthawk's too strong.
High Sentinels can also put counters on things, so they're kind of their own combo. 1-card combo. What's not to love? Also, Aven Brigadier for 3
Ooh.
white. It's only 6 mana. You get a 3/5 flyer who is a bird soldier with a line of text that says other bird creatures you control get +1. No, other birds get +1/+1. Other soldiers get plus. These are not you control.
Yes.
Oh, all your
Ruh-roh.
opponent's birds as well.
Yeah. So this guy may not be optimal, but they are wearing a really smart looking uniform, and that's not nothing.
This might be one of my favorite arts for like Magic. It's just a thick bird, man.
I would follow this bird into battle.
Yeah. It's like the Sam the Eagle of the MTG universe.
It's just inspiring. This is just an inspiring bird soldier. You also have access to Soulcatcher's Airy, which is a 1 white enchantment. Whenever a bird is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a feather counter on Soulcatcher's Airy. And bird creatures, not just bird creatures you control, but this allows you to make friends. That's what I'm going with now. Get +1/+1 for each feather counter on Soulcatcher's Airy.
Nice.
Also, just a shout out to one of my favorite cards from when I was just a small Cameron, Clockwork Avian from Antiquities. It is an artifact creature, which is a bird, so I guess it gets blown up by Graham's deck. Thanks a lot. You get an 0/4 that enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+0 counters on it. And at the end of combat, if Clockwork Avian attacked or blocked, remove a +1/+0 counter from it. But for X mana and tap, you can put X +1/+0 counters on Clockwork Avian, up to 4. 4/4 flyer for 5 wasn't bad in Antiquities.
I'd still take it now. We've got so many ways to make all this kinds of mana.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So that's what I got. You just fill out the rest with some lands, and then you've got like this 10 card list, and I'm sure everything else goes into it too.
I did some quick checking of how many Falcons were in Magic at the time that Soraya the Falconer was printed.
Mm-hmm.
2.
Well,
Only one of which is in her color identity.
oh,
Okay.
There were 5 total before the Great Unburdening.
Okay. Hey, I mean, I'm glad Soraya got there.
Yeah, same.
how long ago was the oracling of her?
I don't know when the Great Card Subtype shift was exactly, but that's for another podcast, I'm sure. Ben, what are you bringing to the Homelands commander table today?
I've got a horrible infinite combo engine.
Really?
Yes.
I'm very
Spicy.
excited to hear it.
I'm bringing Revka, Wizard Savant, King of the Tims. It is a 2 blue for an 0/1. You can tap Revka to deal 2 damage to target creature or player, and it does not untap during your next untap phase. So,
Well, that doesn't seem very good.
yeah, strictly bigger pinger kind of a thing. But what's cool about cards like this are you can slap on various kinds of like card draw effects like Curiosity or Ophidian Eye, like these cards that are whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, you get to draw cards and stuff. These are just kind of flavor things. I'll get to the big kahuna. But there's all kinds of like really fun like when X creature does damage sort of things that you can slap onto this. And I would almost run this entire deck as just pingers tribal. You know, you run your Sukkata Firewalker,
Sukata, I think.
Sukata Firewalker, your Zurin spellcasters, your Prodigal Sorcerers.
My old friend Quambaj Witches.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you couldn't run this in the
Oh, right.
in
No,
a
not in
mono blue.
Revka's. Not in Revka's deck. Darn. Yeah, you're right.
But all those kinds of fun effects, you could just kind of make a deck around it.
Laserfin something.
Yeah, I mean there are ones too where you could even get like really crazy with the Cheese Whiz and run an old enchantment called Dismiss into Dream from M14, which is each creature your opponents control is an illusion in addition to its other types, and when this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, they sacrifice it. So that's a fun. You turn your opponent's creatures into illusions, and you can just get rid of them with a single ping, which is really fun.
Amazing.
But I wanted a way to just like, you know, everybody looks at you and sort of laughs. They're like, you brought Revka, Wizard Savant, to our commander table. How are you going to beat us with that? And the infinite combo is through Revka pings. It starts off with Intruder Alarm, which is an enchantment from 8th edition that is 2 and a blue. Creatures don't untap during their controller's untap steps. But whenever a creature comes into play, untap all creatures.
Okay. All your pingers will untap.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, all right. Cool.
The second part of this is having a 0 mana creature. So you could have an Ornithopter, you could have a Memnite, a Phyrexian Walker, or like a Shield Sphere. Any of these sort of like 0 mana creatures. While you've got this enchantment and you've got Revka out, you can play any of those 0 mana creatures and it'll untap your Revka. Then what you also need is any sort of other creature. Doesn't matter what that other creature is. In the name of Commander Legends, though, there was a card that got reprinted and even actually downshifted to uncommon, which works really well in this, which is Shimmermere, which allows you to play your artifact spells as though they had flash, and also has flash. And this is really nice too, because if somebody tries to interact with your combo here, you can still, do creature stuff at instant speed, which is helpful. And so having, let's say you've got your Revka, you've got your Intruder Alarm, you've got your Shimmermere out on the battlefield, and you've got your 0 cost O2 or whatever, your 0 cost creature in your hand. You play that 0 cost, and then you play Retraction Helix.
Yes, Ben, yes.
I was thinking of Retraction Helix.
Yes. So Retraction Helix is it's a blue instant that says until end of turn, target creature gains tap, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So you cast Retraction Helix targeting your Shimmermere. Now what that allows you to do is tap your Shimmermere to bring back that 0 cost creature to your hand. And now you just have a situation where then you play that 0 cost again, Intruder Alarm untaps everything, you ping somebody with Revka, you tap the Shimmermere, bring that 0 cost back to your hand, and you just get to do that an infinite amount of times.
Man, that's powerful magic.
The Engine. Also, did you know, I didn't actually know about this card, there was a similar card to Retraction Helix, Banishing Knack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, from Eventide. It does the until end of turn, target creature gets tapped, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. It's the same dealio.
Well, that'll help you get to the combo faster.
Yeah, I mean, what I would really run this as a shell too, if you wanted to, is like kind of get a lot of like artifact shenanigans going, maybe generating treasure and stuff. And there's a lot of cool new blue pirates in Commander Legends that generate treasure. And you could even, if you wanted to try and dig faster, when you're not somebody who likes to run like tutors and stuff in your commander deck, there's that new legendary, it's the Power Stone man, Glacian.
Yeah.
Power Stone Engineer. And you can tap him, you tap X untap artifacts you control, look at the top X cards of your library, put one of those cards in your hand and the rest into your graveyard. So you can just try and, have all these artifacts and then sift through and find your very weak infinite combo.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, that was super fun to make when we decided that we were going to do something like this.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, if you at home have any suggestions for ways that you could make a fun or, whatever that is, commander deck surrounding a Homelands commander, I'd love to hear it. But that is going to do it for this TTC mini. So thank you so much, Cameron.
Thank you for having me.
And Ben.
That was great. Thanks.
Yeah, that was a blast. I've been Graham. James was on the card reader, and you can listen to full episodes of Tap Tap Concede on our YouTube channel, LRRMTG, or wherever fine podcasts are dispensed. Until next time, thanks for listening. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Enjoy the PPR.